Someone told you, just get a new cat, then you'll feel better. And in that moment, you felt like you had been slapped in the face. Because it feels like betrayal to them, to your history, and to your love. As if a new cat would mean that the old one was replaceable and meant nothing. I understand this feeling, and I will tell you right away, this feeling is completely justified. But today I want to talk to you about a truth that takes time to understand. A new cat is not a betrayal of the old one, but a different form of love. And exactly that is what we will explore together today, honestly and without false pressure on you. I will show you 3 things that will help you find clarity about your heart. First, why the feeling of guilt is so strong and where it really comes from inside you. Second, how you can actually tell if your heart is ready for a new cat. Third, why a new cat does not end your grief, but can do something else. Let's start with the feeling of guilt, because that is the biggest obstacle of all. If you think about a new cat and immediately feel pain, that is not a mistake. It shows how deep the connection to your old cat was and still is. Guilt is not a truth here, but a protective mechanism of your brain against further loss. Your brain says, if I love again, I can lose again and get hurt. And therefore it blocks the thought of a new cat with pain and feelings of guilt. That is normal, that is human, and it does not mean that you will never be ready. It just means that you are currently still in the middle of the grieving process and need time. A grief researcher working at Harvard describes grief as a process with 2 sides. On the one hand, the loss, the pain, the missing, and the empty space. On the other hand, the restoration, the living on, new connections, and new meaning. Healthy grief swings back and forth between both sides without suppressing either one. So if you sometimes think about a new cat, you have not been unfaithful. You are swinging. You are healing. You are allowing both sides of your grief, and that is brave. But when is the right time? Does it even exist, this one perfect moment? The honest answer is, there is no date and no calendar for your heart. There is no 6 weeks, and then it is okay. That is not how grief works. But there are signs that tell you that something inside you has changed. The first sign, you think of your old cat and smile before the pain comes. The memories are no longer just dark, but also warm and bright and grateful. The second sign, you see a cat and your first thought is not just grief, but also curiosity, interest, a quiet what if that doesn't feel bad. The third sign, you feel an emptiness that is not just pain, but longing. Longing for paws on the floor, for purring on your chest, for life in the house. Not for a replacement, but for a new connection that exists alongside the old love. And right here lies the key that many people do not immediately understand and grasp. A new cat does not replace the old one. They do not take up space inside you. Your heart is not a closet with limited space, where one must go out for another. Your heart is a room that can grow, can become bigger for more love. The old love stays in its place. The new love gets its own space. 2 loves, 2 stories, 2 different beings who both have a place inside you. Some people quickly adopt a new cat and are surprised how good it does them. Others need months or years, and that is also completely right and okay. There is no right speed for the heart and its own way to heal. But there is one thing you should avoid, and I have to be honest about that. Do not adopt a new cat just to fill the silence that the loss leaves behind. Not out of desperation, not because others say you should, not to stop the pain. Instead, adopt when you are ready to give again, not just to receive from it. When you are ready to get up again at 3 in the morning because someone needs you. When you are ready to open your heart again with the knowledge of loss. That is courage. That is strength. And that is the greatest honor for your old cat. Because they taught you to love, and loving a new cat means exactly that. It means their lesson lives on. Their legacy is not lost, but passed on. What could honor them more than a heart that can love once again because of them? A heart that they shaped and opened for more love than ever before. I am not telling you that you should get a new cat right now. You decide that. I am only telling you, when the day comes that you are ready for it, then it is not a betrayal. That is love, in its purest and bravest form. Your old cat taught you how to love, and now you are allowed to do it again. Not to spite them, but because of them, because they made you who you are. Tell us in the comments, do you sometimes think about a new cat already? What is holding you back, or what gives you the strength to think about it right now? We read every single comment, because every path through grief is unique and valuable. You are not alone with this question, and there is no wrong answer to it. Some people are afraid that they will unconsciously compare the new cat with the old one. And you know what? You will do it. You will compare them, quite automatically. You will notice that their meow sounds different, and they lie differently on your lap. You will see that they cannot do anything at all with your old cat's favorite toy. But this comparison is not bad, as long as it is not meant as an evaluation or judgment. It is just your brain's way of comparing the new with the familiar and categorizing it. With time, the comparison will turn into something else, a deep appreciation for their uniqueness. You will start to love exactly what makes them different from your old cat. Maybe they are cheekier, maybe shyer, maybe they talk a lot more than the other one before. And exactly these new traits will open and fill a new place in your heart. I know a woman who gave a home to a small cat again after 2 years. She sat on the floor crying on the first evening because everything suddenly came up again. But the new cat came to her, lay against her neck, and purred loudly. They didn't take the tears away, but they made them lighter in that moment. That is what a new cat can do for you, if you let them. They will not overwrite the old love, but they will fill the empty house again. With sounds, with warmth, with little paws that run across your face in the morning. And every one of these sounds will tell you, life goes on, even after loss. You are allowed to live on. You are allowed to laugh again. You are allowed to risk and open your heart again. That is not a betrayal. That is the courage that your old cat awakened in you. So if you are faced with the decision, don't listen to the advice of other people. Listen to the quiet moment inside you, when love is greater than fear. When that moment comes, then you will know, and then it is also right. Give yourself time. Give yourself space. Your heart knows the way, you just have to trust.